I withdrew funds from FTX because at the moment there are rumors that FTX might be insolvent, meaning that they don't have all of their users' funds. And I'm not making this video to cause panic. I'm making this video because I know the right thing to do is be transparent with you guys that watch my videos and let you know what I'm doing. Now, these rumors about FTX being insolvent, are they true? Well, no one really knows. Maybe they are insolvent. Or maybe this is just a personal battle between CZ from Binance and Sam Bankman-Fried. No one knows. But what I do know is that these are external factors I have no control of. I don't know what FTX or Sam Bankman-Fried or CZ are doing behind closed doors. These external factors are out of my control. But what is in my control are the internal factors, and that is where I store my crypto. So I decided to withdraw funds from FTX, and I had no problem. It was very quick, and if they're okay, they'll have no problem processing these withdrawals. And in the future, if we get good news and FTX is fine, I'll put my funds back on the exchange. I am rooting for FTX. If they go down, this will be horrible for the entire crypto industry. But I can't play favorites. If there's anything I learned over the last year, it is that even if there is a small chance of things going south, it is better to be safe than sorry. And while this video is about FTX, this video can be said about any exchange, whether it's Binance, Coinbase, Gemini, Kraken, or any other exchange. It only makes sense to keep funds on exchanges for a few reasons. If someone is just holding money on an exchange, not doing anything with it, it puts their money at risk. For me, an exchange makes sense if someone is using it to earn money, for example, through staking or earning interest, or if they're actively trading on the platform, or they need to have money ready to withdraw to a bank. Other than that, if you're just simply holding on to crypto for the long term, exchanges can get very risky. Again, this isn't just about FTX. This is about all exchanges. And just playing devil's advocate here, let's say we know FTX is the best exchange, or we know that Coinbase is the best exchange. If I'm just holding the money there doing nothing, well, it doesn't make sense. And if I have a large percentage of money, this will be different for each person. On one platform, this is very risky. I've always said on this channel, it makes sense to keep your money in 2 or more places. The more, the better. Of course, it can get to a point where it can be very complicated. And one of the biggest problems in the crypto space is everyone's always looking for the best exchange or the safest exchange. The problem with this is that it can only be said for a short period. This space moves very fast. There is no set it and forget it strategy. Strong players become weak and weak players become strong. This is a fast moving space, and these exchanges are not regulated. We don't know what's going on behind closed doors, maybe with the exception of Coinbase, who is now a public company. But all these other companies, they're private. We don't know what they're actually doing. Now, when it comes to FTX specifically, what happened? I'm going to give you a very easy to understand summary. So on November 2nd, Alameda's balance sheet was leaked. Alameda is a trading firm owned by Sam Bankman-Fried, and their balance sheet showed total assets of $14.6 billion. Of that, $5.8 billion in FTX tokens, a token they create out of thin air. In addition, there are hundreds of millions of dollars in tokens such as Serum, Oxygen, MAPS, and FIDA token. These tokens are mostly locked or illiquid. And if we look at FTX, they're able to create this token. They can use it to trade. They can use it to prop up the value of FTX and raise money from investors. But because this token is a large portion of their balance sheet, well, if something happened to the FTX token, this would not be good for Alameda and FTX. And if they went down, this would not be good for the entire crypto industry. And on November 5th, someone transferred $584 million worth of FTX tokens to an exchange. This would imply that someone is ready to sell off these tokens. This would lead to the FTX token bleeding out, which of course would be bad for FTX. And then on November 6th, we found out who it was. It was CZ from Binance. And you may not know this, Binance is an early investor in FTX, and CZ put out a tweet stating, as part of Binance's exit from FTX equity last year, Binance received roughly $2.1 billion in BUSD and FTX token, and due to recent revelations that have came to light, we have decided to liquidate any remaining FTX tokens. CZ mentioned new revelations that came to light. Does he know something we don't know? Or Is this a personal battle between CZ and SPF? And then after this, Caroline Ellison, the CEO of Alameda, stated that the balance sheet that was leaked is not the total picture. That specific balance sheet is for a subset of our corporate entities. We have over 10 billion of assets that aren't reflected there. So Alameda is stating that that balance sheet is not the full story. They have the money, but CZ doesn't care. He stated he is going to sell these tokens, but here is where things get interesting. He tweeted, "We will try to do so in a way that minimizes market impact. Due to market conditions and limited liquidity, we expect this will take a few months to complete." So CZ is coming out saying, hey, look at me, we're being transparent. We're going to sell these tokens, but we don't want to sell it all at once because we don't want the market to hurt. And then Caroline, the CEO of Alameda, came back stating, if you're looking to minimize the market impact on your FTX token sales, Alameda will happily buy it from you today at $22. The reason Alameda wants to do this is because this will stop all of these tokens being dumped at the market at one time. So if CZ really cares about the impact on the market, wouldn't he take this deal? Well, it seems at the moment he does not want to, and this is leading many people to believe that this could be a little more personal. And CZ is not holding back. He also tweeted, "We won't pretend to make love after divorce. We are not against anyone, but we won't support people who lobby against other industry players behind their backs." This is a direct shot at Sam Bankman-Fried for working with regulators behind the crypto industry's back. And someone even retweeted Caroline's tweet about buying these tokens at $22, and CZ responded with an emoji. This is wild to see. It seems like two high school kids fighting. And while everyone's looking at SPF as the villain, there are those also looking at CZ questioning what he's doing, because it's pretty odd for CZ to go out in public and say, hey, we're going to sell all of these tokens in the name of transparency, because that alone will cause market fear. CZ knows this. It seems like this could be a little more personal, but this is the problem. We just don't know exactly what's happening. Of course, Sam Bankman-Fried is saying there is no problems. FTX is solvent. And SPF tweeted, "A competitor is trying to go after us with false rumors. FTX is fine. Assets are fine." Maybe they are, but I don't know. And I won't know for a while. But what I do know is that I can control my crypto and where I store it. And the best place to do that, in my opinion, is a Ledger hardware wallet. So if you want to get a Ledger hardware wallet and unsure which one to buy, go ahead and watch this video right here.